Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin. With me, Bhadra. The top stories first. Government confirms more than 1,000 new cases of coronavirus. Total number of cases topped 35,000. Prime Minister Oli and WHO country director meet to discuss COVID-19 crisis. WHO representative stressed on changing the modality of lockdown. Health experts alarmed by government decision to discharge patients without test, warn of much more crisis if authorities continue the mistake. Heavy rainfall floods Pakistan's financial capital. Downpours in August shatter 89-year-old records. And major sporting events postponed to protest Jacob Blake's shooting. NBA, NHL and MLB players walk out of games. And now, the news in detail. 8 more people have succumbed to coronavirus infection in the country. The Ministry of Health and Population said yesterday that 5 females and 3 males died due to COVID-19 infections recently. Spokesperson at the Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, said 1 each person from Parsa, Kapilvastu, Kathmandu, Lalitpur, Bara, Kaski, Rupandehi and Bake died due to COVID-19. With this, the death toll from novel coronavirus in the country has climbed to 183. 1,101 new cases were confirmed throughout the country, Dr. Gautam further informed. Out of the total 12,629 PCR tests conducted yesterday, 334 females and 777 males tested positive for the disease. The total number of infections so far has reached 35,529. The active number of COVID-19 infections was recorded at 15,273 as of yesterday. As per the Health Ministry, 6,210 infected have been kept in home isolation. So far, 20,073 people have recovered from the disease. Currently, 9,448 persons are in quarantine facilities in different places of the country. Now, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli yesterday met with Dr. Josh Vandalier, the country representative of a World Health Organization for Nepal. During the meeting held at Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar, Dr. Vandalier drew the attention of the government regarding the rapid surge in COVID-19 cases in the valley and across the country. Nepal might undergo severe crisis if the infections continue to rise, Dr. Vandalier opined. Surya Thapa, Prime Minister Oli's press advisor, briefed the media about the meeting and said Dr. Vandalier appreciated Nepal's effort in controlling the disease. Dr. Vandalier suggested the government to increase awareness regarding the infection among the general public along with the practice of isolation, Thapa added. The death toll due to novel coronavirus in the country is minimal compared to other countries. Therefore, people should stop fearing the disease, Dr. Vandalier added. He also requested Prime Minister Oli to delegate more power to the local levels. Reminding that the crisis has worsened in recent days, Dr. Vandalier stressed on changing the modality of lockdown for effective management. Meanwhile, police yesterday arrested 65 staffers delivering goods via online business, citing platform for violation of prohibitory order. The delivery staffers were arrested from different locations of the valley, police informed. All of them have been released and have been advised not to deliver goods during the prohibitory period, police added. Online delivery of goods during prohibitory order does not fall under essential service and hence the staffers were arrested, police stated. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Public health experts have voiced concerns regarding the government's decision to discharge coronavirus suspects showing no symptoms or mild symptoms. The health experts claim that the government took such irrational decisions to cut its expenses. They said it is not appropriate to discharge people with mild symptoms or those showing no symptoms because they can still transmit disease to others. According to the health experts, the wrong decision of the government has risked the lives of countless other people. Public health expert Samirmani Dixit said it is not acceptable for the government to discharge patients with mild symptoms after 14 days without any test.
हाम्रो आफ्नै तथ्याङ्क चाहिन्छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि त्यो तथ्याङ्क हामीसँग नभएसम्म कुनै पनि हालतमा पीसीआर टेस्ट नेगेटिभ पुष्टि नभएसम्म कोही व्यक्तिलाई एकचोटि पोजिटिभ भइसकेको व्यक्तिलाई समाजमा घरमा जान दिन हुँदैन भन्ने मेरो सोच छ.
Dr. Dixit claimed that the current crisis is the result of government decision to discharge people kept in quarantine in Tarai districts without performing any test. He said that the government's decision to cut the expenses and manage beds now would incur additional cost and require thousands of more beds in future.
परीक्षणलाई हामीले कहिले पनि नजरअन्दाज गर्न हुँदैन किनभने नेपालले सिकिसकेका हुनुपर्छ कि जब परीक्षण कम हुन्छ संक्रमण एकदमै बढ्छ संक्रमितले अरूलाई सार्छ.
Meanwhile, the government claims that they took the decision as per the guidelines set by World Health Organization.
Zero testing guideline अनुसार लक्षण नभएका व्यक्तिहरूको हकमा 14 दिनपछि परीक्षण नगरिकन पनि घर पठाउँदा कुनै समस्या हुँदैन. त्यसबाट अरू व्यक्तिलाई संक्रमण हुने सम्भावना हुँदैन.
The Health Ministry has issued circulars to all specialized hospitals to test the suspects in quarantine after 10 days and keep them in quarantine for 4 more days if they test positive. The circular has ordered the concerned authorities to discharge the patients after 14 days without any further test. In other news, doctors, nurses and other health workers have started protest after being denied minimum pay. The health professionals of Minbhawan-based civil hospital have been on a strike since the last 3 weeks, stating that they have been denied the minimum salary fixed by the government. The agitating doctors and nurses said that they had no other option except for protest after administration of the government-owned hospital denied them their rights since the last 2 years. They have placed a black banner at the hospital as a sign of protest. They further warned that they would work wearing black armbands from Sunday onwards and also start hunger strike if their demands are not fulfilled. They also clarified that they have not disrupted the service considering the crisis created by coronavirus. And now the news from Economic Front. The share market index, NEPSE, was on steady rise all week but dropped slightly on the final day of the business week on Thursday. NEPSE fell by 4 points to reach 1,458.04 points on Thursday. The sensitive index, which only measures the Class A indices of the share market, also fell by 1.64 points. Although the drop is a very small one, many companies trading in the market saw their prices drop as well. Only production, life insurance and non-life insurance companies made some progress in the market yesterday, with all other companies' share price dropping slightly. On Thursday, 4.96 million shares on Thursday, 4.96 million share units were traded for 188 companies, with the transaction amount rising to 198 million rupees. We'll be taking a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Torrential rain lashed the Pakistani financial capital of Karachi on Thursday, causing widespread flooding, according to Reuters. The news agency reported, citing officials, that the downpours in August shattered 89-year-old records for the city. Thursday marked the third day of heavy rain this week, during which at least 13 people have died. According to the local media, residents have been forced to abandon their homes. Provincial authorities were moving displaced families into school buildings as the military carried out rescue and relief operations. The country's chief meteorological officer, Sardar Sarfaraz, reportedly said that it had never rained so much in the month of August. He told Reuters that the data went back to 1931, 16 years before Pakistan gained independence from Britain. Some 484 millimeters of rain had fallen this month, 138 millimeters on Thursday alone, he said. The Russian military on Thursday blamed United States troops for a collision of Russian and US military vehicle in Syria's northeast, AP reported. The counterclaim comes a day after US officials blamed Russia for the accident in which 4 American soldiers were injured. US National Security Council spokesman John Elliott said in a statement that a Russian vehicle struck the American vehicle near Dairik in northeast Syria. He had blamed the Russian military for unsafe and unprofessional actions that breached deconflictation protocols between the two countries. In Thursday's statement, the Russian Defense Ministry said that the Russian military had notified the US-led coalition about the route of a Russian military police convoy. Russia has waged a military campaign in Syria to help President Bashar al-Assad reclaim control over most of the country following a devastating civil war. Russia is, however, not happy with the presence of the US troops deployed in the country to fight the Islamic State. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Major sporting events in the United States have postponed their games for a second straight day in protest of the shooting of Jacob Blake. Blake, a black man, was shot 7 times in the back by police on Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin's near Milwaukee. The NBA National Basketball Association has also postponed its playoff games after players started walking out of scheduled matches. BBC quoted the NBA Executive VP Mike Bass as saying, "We are hopeful to resume games either Friday or Saturday." For the second straight night, 3 MLB Major League Baseball games were also postponed. The NHL National Hockey League announced that 4 games scheduled on Thursday and Friday had been called off. The WNBA Women's NBA also postponed its Thursday's game, having done the same a day before, BBC reported. Sports across the United States boycotted games on Wednesday, which began with Milwaukee's Bucks choosing not to play Game 5 of their playoff series. Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba has tested positive for coronavirus, says France manager Didier Deschamps. The 27-year-old will have to self-isolate for 14 days as per the protocol. He will miss France's Nations League game in Sweden on Saturday and the home game against Croatia 3 days later. He was selected for both the games. However, Pogba could be eligible for selection for Manchester United's Premier League opener against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford on 19 September. Manchester United have released a statement saying, "Everybody at United wishes Paul a speedy recovery ahead of the new season," BBC reported. Pogba will be replaced in France's squad by 17-year-old Rennes midfielder Eduardo Camavinga. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Government confirms more than 1,000 new cases of coronavirus. Total number of cases top 35,000. Prime Minister Oli and WHO country director meet to discuss COVID-19 crisis. WHO representative stress on changing the modality of lockdown. Health experts alarmed by government decision to discharge patients without test warn of much more crisis if authorities continue the mistake. Heavy rainfall floods Pakistan's financial capital. Downpours in August shatter 89-year-old records. And major sporting events postponed in USA to protest Jacob Blake's shooting. NBA, NHL and MLB players walk out of game. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website at janatasamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to take precautionary measures against coronavirus. Keep washing your hands. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.